Well, 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 what do we have here? It seems the fine folks over at Reddit have a little something for me to read. And you know me, I just can't resist a good story, especially when it's filled with chaos and madness. This one comes from a place called Ask Reddit, where people ask all sorts of intriguing questions. Today's topic? My friend sleeps with married women, and a week ago he crossed the line. Stay tuned, my friends, because things are about to get chaotic. My best friend sleeps with married women, and he crossed the line last week. My 25 Mitten best friend, 25 Mem, has a thing for married older women. Over the years, he has had surprising success in this area. It started when he was 18 and slept with a married 30-year-old woman with a kid. They were both waiters at a restaurant, and after months of flirting, she slept with him. In the 7 years since, there have been 12 of them, all married or engaged, with ages ranging from 30 to 52. In the beginning, I thought the whole thing was funny, but as the years have gone on, I have grown disgusted by this behavior. If we are at a bar and he sees a bachelorette party, he is hitting on the bride-to-be. He coaches his nephew's little league team just to meet the moms. He's had to leave 3 different jobs because he was sleeping with married co-workers, and the husbands found out, leading to confrontations while he was on the job. The last straw for me was last week. I recently got engaged, and my fiancé's family threw us an engagement party. It wasn't a surprise, so my fiancé and I both invited who we wanted, and one of the people I wanted there was one of my former managers at work. Let's call him Tom. I am a CPA at a big firm, and Tom was really a mentor to me when I started. He left to work in industry, but we kept in touch and are still close. Tom is 40 and just the nicest guy you will ever meet. So he and his wife, 38F, come to our engagement party. I had never met his wife before. She is beautiful, by the way. And at one point during the party, I see my friend talking to Tom's wife while Tom took a phone call. I immediately go over and interrupt the conversation and pull my friend aside and tell him to not even think about it. My friend says he wasn't, which was bullshit, but I thought he took my warning seriously. I was wrong. A few weeks later, Tom calls me and tells me that his wife had been acting strange since the engagement party, and he went through her phone and found text messages with another guy. The texts included news exchanged on both sides, and it was very clear that they had met up for sex. Tom had confronted his wife the night before, and of course it was my friend who she'd slept with. Tom was devastated, crying on the phone. He wasn't even angry, he just wanted to know why she did it and was asking me to talk to my friend to get some more details. I called my friend right after I got off the phone with Tom and exploded on him, basically ending our 20-year friendship. It's been a week, and my friend hasn't stopped apologizing. Other than his despicable behavior with married women, he has been a good friend to me. We have been like brothers since kindergarten. It hurts to throw away someone who has been such a big part of your life, but I just can't be party to this anymore. I'm making the right decision, right? Ah, the tangled web we weave when we meddle in the affairs of the heart, or should I say the affairs of others. Your buddy, my dear, is like a moth drawn to a very specific flame, married women. Quite the niche, wouldn't you say? He seems to enjoy playing the role of the charming interloper, the dashing disruptor of domestic tranquility. But let's not pretend you're entirely innocent in this saga. For years you've known about his predilections, his trail of chaos, and yet you laughed it off, tolerated it, even found it amusing, until it hit close to home. You had a front row seat to his antics, and despite the growing unease, you let it slide. You let him destroy families, break hearts, and leave a trail of devastation, all the while keeping him close. Now it's clear you've reached your boiling point. The betrayal at your engagement party, the audacity to charm Tom's wife right under your nose, priceless. You gave him a warning, but like a true joker, he couldn't resist the temptation. And now, the fallout is as dramatic as a tragicomedy. But let's be honest here, this could have been avoided. You saw the signs, you knew his game, and you chose to look the other way. You allowed a toxic presence in your life, and now you're paying the price. Tom's devastation, your ruined engagement celebration, these are heavy prices to pay for a friend who can't keep his impulses in check. So, what's the punchline here? Your decision to cut ties isn't just about drawing a line in the sand. It's about reclaiming your own sense of decency and loyalty. You've been like brothers, yes, but even brothers have boundaries, and he's crossed every single one. As the Joker, I can appreciate a good chaos, but even I know when the joke has gone too far. Your friend may have been good to you, but he's a horrible person who destroys families. And you tolerated it, until it was your turn to face the consequences. Good luck, and remember, sometimes the best way to deal with a joker is to show them the door. Relevant comments, Scarlet. Yes. He did not respect your request. He lied to your face and will do it again. Ruining other people's marriage for sport is sad. I would not put hitting on your fiancé past this sick guy. OOP. He actually hit on my fiancé first the night we met, and she shot him down. My friend usually isn't shot down, so I felt I needed to go and talk to this girl. And now we are getting married. He wouldn't cross that line with me, I don't think. But who knows if she was into him. Beginning, stop 7646. Although your friend is a selfish asshole and needs therapy, it takes two to tango. Every single one of those women should have and could have said no, but they didn't. For whatever reason, they chose to cheat on their spouses. I am pissed for you though, because you asked him personally not to do it again, especially towards someone you looked up to. He still did it. He's not trustworthy whatsoever. What if he tries again with your wife or someone else's wife in your family? OOP. I justified his behavior when I was younger because he wasn't the one married. I thought, what the hell is wrong with these women that they would throw their lives away for sex? But deliberately trying to tempt these women started to disgust me a few years ago. Disastrous assist 90. You need to be honest with the fact that you were totally fine with him destroying other people's lives right in front of you, but because it didn't directly impact you, you excused it. OOP. But I wasn't fine with it. I just wasn't ready to end a 20-year friendship over his poor decisions. OOP on why Tom called him. If you know anything about public account, especially in large firms, you would know that you spend a lot of time with the people you work with. If you are in audit, you spend months and months literally in the same room as your co-workers. You eat all 3 meals with them and see them more than your family. Tom was good to me, and we became friends. He called me because it was my friend who his wife slept with. It wasn't to get comfort or support. What his fiancée thinks of his friend, and does she know he sleeps with married women? She's known from the start. She doesn't like it when I go out with him. And my fiancée is grossed out by him. He hit on her first the night we met, and she shot him down. I'm not worried about my fiancé. Remember that we had been friends for a very long time before he started doing this stuff. It's not so easy to just cut someone off because they do things you disagree with. We were like brothers. I thought he would do anything for me. Update. It's been about a week since I posted, and I wanted to give an update on how things ended up with my now former friend. I agreed to meet with him last night and hear him out. So we went for a drink, and he apologized profusely for putting me in this spot and said he would never do that again. So I took this opportunity to really express how disgusted I was with his behavior, and that I couldn't be friends with someone that intentionally tries to ruin families. I tell him Tom and his wife have 2 children. They were happily married, and he's now destroyed their family. I ask if that is something he feels bad about. He says yes, but I can tell he's bullshitting. I ignore the fact that he's lying, because I want to know how all of this went down. Tom's wife didn't want to share a lot of detail with him, so I promised that I would find out as much as I could. So, I asked to see the text between them. He resists, but I threaten to walk out and never talk to him again, so he gives me the phone. He contacted her on Facebook after the party, and they talked there for a day or two before switching to text. The conversations turned sexual very quickly, and it was clear that Tom's wife was interested in a quick fling. She says in the texts that she loves her husband, but that doesn't stop her. I'm shocked by this, but my friend isn't. This isn't the first happily married woman who took up his offer for strings-free sex. Beyond what is in the texts, my friend says Tom's wife just wanted a temporary escape, to be someone she can't be with her husband, and once she got it out of her system, she would just go back to normal. Then he starts telling me what she was like when they were together, but I stop him. I say we aren't teenagers anymore and none of this is funny. I tell him I'm done with this, and both you and Tom's wife disgust me. I leave and block his number. I know I should have done this years ago, but I didn't. I call Tom after I leave and lie. I say I wasn't able to get any detail. I can't tell him that his wife just wanted some wild sex. That isn't something I would want to know. Tom and his wife are going to go to counseling. If it were me, I'd divorce her. The level of disrespect is off the charts, but maybe Tom is a better man than me. My fiancé is happy that I have finally cut off my now former best friend, but I am sad. I hope he gets help someday before he fucks with the wrong guy's wife. Thanks for listening. Relevant comments. Alincalicious. You are making a massive mistake in not telling Tom, and it makes me doubt your sincerity. If you know that she purposefully betrayed him for meaningless sex, why would you not tell him? Who knows what she said or promised that can be contradicted or shown to be more lies with your truth? After years of applauding and supporting your scumbag friend's behavior, this is your one chance to help someone. OOP. He already knows they had sex and he's seen a lot of the texts. I just couldn't tell him that she wants to have wild sex with someone else that she doesn't want to have with him. She apparently just isn't attracted to him like that. He doesn't bring that out in her. I wouldn't want to know that. I don't know how I would have sex with her ever again, no, she thought they of me. The aftermath of a storm is always so revealing, isn't it? You decided to meet with him, give him a chance to explain himself, and what did you find? The same old story, wrapped in apologies but devoid of true remorse. Your friend's pattern of behavior is deeply ingrained, and no amount of "I'm sorry" is going to wash away the damage he's done. You confronted him with the truth, laid bare the destruction he's caused. Tom's family in ruins, a marriage shattered, children caught in the crossfire. You asked if he felt any guilt, and though he mouthed the words, you saw right through the charade. The man's a master of deceit, a performer who knows how to say what you want to hear but means none of it. When you pried into the sordid details, the reality hit you hard. Tom's wife, just another name on his list of conquests, seeking an escape from her mundane life. And your friend, all too familiar with this script, wasn't surprised at all. He's danced this dance too many times to be shocked. Yet amidst this mess, you did what you should have done long ago. You cut him off. You blocked his number, walked away from a friendship that had turned toxic. You lied to Tom, sparing him the cruel reality of his wife's desire for wild sex. Perhaps you felt it was a mercy, a kindness in an already brutal situation. Your fiancé is right to feel relieved that you've severed ties with your now former best friend. But the sadness you feel, that lingering regret, is understandable. It's the weight of knowing you allowed this behavior to persist, tolerated it until it finally crossed a line that was too personal to ignore. You're hoping he gets help before he messes with the wrong guy's wife. But let's be real. People like him rarely change without a serious wake-up call. And even then, it's a gamble. In the end, you've done what you can to right the wrongs, at least in your own life. You've distanced yourself from the chaos, made a stand for your own principles. And maybe, just maybe, that's a step toward healing. For you, for Tom, and for everyone else caught in this web of deceit. Thanks for sharing your story. Remember, sometimes the hardest decisions are the ones that ultimately bring the most peace.